What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabs, and besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. It's that time of year where all I can think about is pastels. I was at the grocery store and I saw all of these cute little Easter egg cookies. They look super easy to make, and my dolls totally need these in miniature. I think we can make these using hot glue. We are also going to need our little painting stands, which are also made out of hot glue, parchment paper or a silicone mat, a marker, and paint. To get the proportions right, let's start out by tracing around a doll's hand on a piece of parchment paper. I'm using a pencil, but we're going to go over it later with black ink or black marker. Then let's turn that into an egg shape. Maybe we could also draw like a little bunny with some ears. Yeah, let's try that. And of course, let's do a little flower. I made it a little smaller and added some leaves and just try to keep everything around the same shape as the egg. Can we get another little flower shape right here? I go over them with a black Sharpie. Once the ink has dried, flip it over to the other side and fill them in with hot glue, trying to stay inside the lines. And I'm starting at the top. And I kind of just go back and forth all the way down the egg, trying to fill it in as neatly and as close to the edge as possible. Shaky hands. All right, once cooled, peel it from the paper. I don't think we're quite there. But this idea could be better for making doll-sized lollipops, like we did in our Smart Doll Marvel video around Valentine's Day. So let's take a white-coated paper clip, unfold it, cut it into 4 1-inch pieces. This time, let's start with the flower because it seems a little easier. I lay the cut piece of the paper clip on top, add a drop of glue in the center. All right, then we're gonna just let that cool. Once cooled, we can add more little dots of glue, but I make sure to allow them to cool before adding the next one. Once cooled, we can just lift it from the paper. And we have a clear lollipop. I place it on our painting stand, get a little white acrylic paint, paint the petals and the back, paint the center yellow, then seal it with Mod Podge or nail polish. I was pretty generous with the Mod Podge and now we just have to allow it to dry. But I'm kind of out of drying stands. To make the stand, I use silicone molds, sewing pins, and hot glue. Take a pin and let's just bend the end, push the pin through the center of the silicone mold, leaving a little space, then fill it with hot glue. Then allow it to cool. Since the hole from the pin is so small, we can reuse the molds over and over again to make more stands. We don't have to fill them all the way, just enough to give us a nice solid base. I have mine sitting on some Mini Brands capsules so the pin can hang down while it's drying. Speaking of Mini Brands, we might as well open one while we wait. And yes, I will take any excuse to open Mini Brands. Plus, this was on sale. Amazon had the 2-pack for $13.99. That's like $6.99 a capsule, when they are normally $9.99. Come on. Yeah! With 80 plus minis to collect, I need those Mini Brands fashion brown boots. Okay, here we go. We got our 2 bags and the bag or purse. It's the black purse with a chain, and I know we need the brown purse to get those brown boots. This is black boots. And I actually like these boots a lot, so I'm not mad that these are the double because I only had one pair anyway. We also get a silver bracelet and gold colored earrings. Let's check on our stand. It seems like it's cooled enough to remove it from the mold. Yep, both of these are good to go. I paint them with nail polish to make them pretty and give them a protective coating. That's actually the more important part, but the pretty is an added bonus. In my experience, if I don't paint or seal the hot glue, over time it can get a little gummy, but a thin coat of nail polish or acrylic paint can prevent that. While drying, we might as well open the other capsule. You know, 'cause it's here and all. No rattle, so I'm thinking no paint can. Let's open it up and see if we got the brown purse. No, it's the tote. And this is the hat with the orange wedges and white sunglasses. Our new flower stands are dry, so let's test out a few more lollipops. Because our little flower is also dry, and I think it turned out pretty good. To make the bunny, let's start with the ears. Just apply a little glue onto the paper, making sure it doesn't touch if you don't want it to, like the two ears. And then twirl it around a little bit and remove. It might take a few tries to get it the way you want. You can always allow it to cool, peel it off, and start over. Then place the paper clip in the center, add a drop of glue for the head, allow it to cool, then add a drop for the body. Let's do the egg. Here I start with the paper clip in the center, then let's go around the edge quickly to try to get a nice smooth line. As smooth as we can get it, and then fill in. Moment of truth, they have cooled and now we can remove it from the paper. And it's a bunny. It's a giant bunny lollipop. What about the egg? Meh. I think once painted, you'll be able to tell that it's an egg, but it's definitely not as smooth as I would like. I'm kind of scared to do the tulip. I think it might be a little too complicated, but let's try anyway. I'm gonna start with the petal at the top. And we're just gonna try to fill in that tiny little space. I place a drop of glue in the center, then add the paper clip like so. Then let's fill in the top. And I'm really going to try to get those little points if I can. Let it cool. Then add the leaves one at a time, making sure they touch the stem and the flower. Yeah, not loving the tulip. So I'm just going to stick with these three. And we can also add a little tail to the bunny with just a little drop of glue. We can make more, place them on one of our little drawing stands, then have fun painting miniature lollipops. How adorable is that? While one is drying, we can move on to another, add a few lines to the eggs, and paint the bunny tails white. Brush on a layer of Mod Podge. While waiting for them to dry, let's take that mini brand's tote, grab a needle and thread, and just stitch on a few flowers. My flowers are pretty simple, just a bunch of lines going around in a circle. Use green thread to add a few stems, and I'm just doing a little back stitch to decorate our bag and make it one of a kind. And these are so easy to sew on, we can totally customize them for any occasion. Let's check on our lollipops. I carefully remove them from the stand, and they are ready to go. If we want to take it a step further, we can cut a small piece of plastic. This came off of some Amazon doll shoes. I fold a rectangle over the top, gather it at the bottom, give it a little twist, and secure it with a tiny piece of tape. So our tiny lollipops are wrapped in a wrapper, giving us a few cute things for spring. Thank you for joining us while we made tiny little lollipops and customized a mini brands bag. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of MyFroggyStuff. And we will see you next time.